Hey guys, Bob Dylan review. Might be a quickie, I don't know. Let's start. So, Bob Dylan is a notorious Grammy-winning lyricist, singer-songwriter, and blues folkster. It's been a while, so what is it about him? What is he up to this time? He's majorly talented as shown, but age can do a lot to a man. You'll have more pain than you should, you have more taxes than you should, and a more gawky voice than you should. And I will say, the gawky voice has worked well for Dylan for the most part. I do tip my baseball cap to his new voice facade, but still, nonetheless, one of everyone's favorite new folk records still isn't mine. I think Dylan's gotta find more meaning in his music. Everyone sort of kicked at the single, Murder Most Foul. It's ultimate and elongated to show that, hey, he still got it. It's very ambitious. It's this tale of JFK's assassination, and to give it its credit, it's thoroughly complex and pretty thorough and concise. I would even go as far to say it's pretty beautiful. Well, but I can see why it's considered at least a bit monotone. It's 16 minutes long, and although it's pretty cinematic at moments, it still wears out over this very long period of time. Here, in this album, everything is really only lyric and thought-headed because Dylan's eye on lyricism almost outshines his sonic architecture here, which is why the sound is very consistent here. And I mean that as more of a curse. It's got subtle noddings of strings and acoustic guitar and this very dominant quality of dry, dry, dry. And as an answer to my first question, that's mostly what he's up to. Even the standout cuts have that quality to them per se. I Contain Multitudes, for instance, saves its very flat meter with a sort of slow burn quality and a mankind rant on a large number of pastimes and hobbies, if I'm getting this right. For example, either I'm Indiana Jones and then British Bad Boys, the Rolling Stones. Then there's the track My Own Version with You, in which Bob Dylan sort of assembles body parts across the world to sort of assemble this Frankenstein, aka you. Then there's I've Made Up My Mind to Give Myself Up to You. Very sweet, exactly how it sounds. Again, the sound is very much the same, but it does go well going into the next track, Black Rider, which is very plucky and raw. Proudly, Bob Dylan, he at least builds this shaky MO, but even at best, this record is still dry and also falters into even more humdrum. Key West is a pirate adventure soundtrack to Florida, whilst False Prophet has some blues grind swag to it, but ultimately that track goes down the same path of Goodbye Jimmy Reed and Crossing the Rubicon, each being most similar to the record's cover, and each also as easily blues boogie and sappy worthy, where anyone familiar with blues or pentatonic can pull out their acoustic or Strat and very crustily swing to it because the boogie is so simple. Mother of Muses is also another tale and is the last track I haven't talked about yet. It's about muses. He's calling out for inspiration from his muses and ends with a flat scoop of an elderly soundtrack to some sort of resort in the Bahamas, aka this album. That's the picture here. Bob carried himself into his studio to make Rough and Rowdy Days his most plain album yet. Maybe he'll find inspiration from his muses again to rekindle his grand fire. I know, and we all know, that he can still build monuments. This guy's got the 60s, 70s catalog, critically acclaimed stuff behind him. But until then, this record is passable for the occasional visits, occasional tracks or two, but nothing to applaud or settle at. And I'm giving this one a meh. I would say it's on a little bit more closer to the positive, but like that even matters. Too meh to matter. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys soon because I'm making stuff soon. Yes, bye-bye.